Hello, everyone. Welcome to the market simulation call. I'm Anshuman Vaidya, your market simulation coordinator for fall 2020 release. Big day today. We'll be starting our connectivity testing. This recording webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meetings. The recordings will be publicly available on the ISO webpage for a limited time following the meeting. The recordings and any related transcriptions should not be reprinted without the ISO permission. Also, can I all request everyone to go on mute so that we're not disturbing anybody else on the meeting? Thank you. So agenda-wise, we'll go to the market simulation support, how we track the issues for market simulation issue management. Then we'll have the 2020 release communication plan, map stage availability, map stage connectivity testing that is starting today, and then system interfaces changes, market simulation initiatives and timelines, structured scenario registration details, the different projects we have, phase 1, phase 2, and market simulation overview and next steps. So our office hours for market simulation Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can always reach out to service desk 24/7. Here's the number. And you can always email to marketsim@kaiso.com for prompt reply. When you're submitting any CD tickets for market simulation, please make sure that you have marked functional environment as market simulation fall 2020 to be reviewed by ISO SMEs. This is our schedule. Slightly changed to not include the Labor Day of September 7th. The market sim call will now be included will be on Tuesday 2 to 3 p.m. in addition to the earlier mentioned dates. Rest of the connection information remains the same. You can reach us at web address when you're joining the meeting at kaiso.webex.com/meet/marketsim. The meeting number is here. You can also dial in with the following information. Dial number 866-528-2256 and the access code 202-2490. The map stage availability. You can always go to portalmap.kaiso.com for current maintenance that is going on map stage. As of today, we have the following update. The DRS API is available from 7/20. It was available last week too. This week we have DRS UI available, ADS UI and API now available, MRIS UI and API now available, OSS is also available now. CMRI would be available 8/17. Master file and ALS will be decided soon.
Hi, Anshuman. Thanks for the update. This is Strength. I wanted to just give a quick update that MRIS and OASIS UI and API have a target date of today, but just to distinguish between the first 3 and those 2 entries is those are not yet available. So we are still targeting to have MRIS and OASIS available by today, but they're not open yet, whereas the other systems that you listed above are open, and we have customers confirming access to DRS API, DRS UI, and the ADS UI and API. Okay?
Thanks, Frank. And from the last update I have, ADS UI, even though we have opened it up, we are seeing some connectivity issues. So we're trying our best to resolve those, and we would send out a message as soon as they're available. You can check burn status on Portal Map.
Hi, Trang. Hi, Ashman. Just to confirm, so this is Ray from PG&E. A couple of us have tried to access ADS in MapStage, and we're not. It's not really loading, or it's not going anywhere from our end.
Okay, thanks, Ray. So I think we had an issue similar to that when we asked that you confirm the browser version also, and then try again to access the ADS URL from the MapStage portal that is linked above. There's actually a new icon for the ADS UI. Confirm your browser, and then if you have an issue, please do send us a screenshot and also the error. But just to confirm, we do have external users that have confirmed access to the new ADS. So, so please provide any information, and we're in normal market sim troubleshooting mode. So we'll take a look at your city cases and your errors, and then assign those appropriately for resolution.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right, moving on. So we have MapStage weekly maintenance window on Friday. As I said, connectivity testing is starting today. We will be doing.
Can I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt. Ashman, this is Chinyu from PG&E. So earlier, Trent said the MRIS is not available yet. Do we have an estimate day when it's going to be available?
Today,
Chinyu. Yes, yes, that is right. So that's the distinction is they're still planned for today. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So as for Oasis.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
I do have a question. This is Chunyu again. So sure. When I try to also access to web OMS, looks like doesn't matter whether I'm from IE or Chrome, it all asks me to install Microsoft Silverlight. So it looks like something has been changed prior to this. I just want to confirm we expect to install Microsoft Silverlight in order to access the web OMS.
Hi, Chenyu. This is Trang. So for OMS, we didn't make any changes as part of fall and didn't have a closure for any of that maintenance. So for that one, I recommend that a city case be submitted for that, and we'll address that. But as far as the fall release preparation, there were no expected changes, and that's not in a requirement that this market sim team is aware of at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tanya. And again, thanks to everyone else who tried accessing the systems in MapStage today and also worked with us to verify that you were able to connect. We really appreciate the immediate feedback and as we started the connectivity today.
In regards to master file, I know you mentioned Oasis and MRIS being up by the end of the day. Is master file also planned to be up by the end of today?
Master file is intentionally left as TBD because what we're attempting to do is try to get the other systems for MRIS and Oasis available for you sooner, and then we will work on master file. So our estimate, we will try for within the next couple of days, but we will give an update at tomorrow's TUG and by Thursday's market sim call. So I think overall our target is within the next couple of days, but we don't have a firm date yet.
Okay. Just an FYI on that too, because there is master file changes, there's a deadline this upcoming Friday for ESTA 3B. So if we can't access MapStage for ESTA 3B to change anything, will that due date be pushed back or that deadline be pushed back a little bit?
So there's a couple of things there as it relates to master file and any changes that you'll have to make. One is that if you submit a city or contact the market sim mailbox with your requested change because you're unable to access the master file app to do that, our team can actually make those changes for you internally to have those reflected by that deadline. And so it may be good for you to just start, maybe think about submitting those requests now. And then as far as the deadline goes, that's something that we can take back to the team and see how soon we can extend that without impacting the structured scenario execution date of ESTER also. So we have an open item, I think, for the second question about extending that. But as far as the first question, getting your changes in there, my recommendation is if there are changes that you need for a scenario in master file that you're unable to submit, then ask us to submit that and we will make those changes on the back end for you.
Thank you.
Any more questions? All right, moving on. So as we mentioned, these are the same system changes that was mentioned in the previous call. And I have these trade dates for different projects, and we're going to do the structured simulation testing. Does anybody have any questions on these slides for these trade dates?
Yes, Ashman, this is Chun Yu. So I saw that FERC, I saw FERC order 841 on the test scenario. Looks like it has been updated, saying the structure is trade date is August 11. I mean, that's when last time I checked on that. Not sure it's whether it's the 11 or the 12.
That's a great question.
Can you make sure that's consistent? Yeah. And then make the update on this presentation. Thank you.
Will do. Any more questions on this one? Okay, we plan to do for each project the structured simulation testing on this particular day. These dates have been decided because we're going to run a full settlement statement on these days. You are more than welcome to do unstructured testing on the rest of the days away from these structured simulation date.
Yeah, Anshuman, this is Mel. I'd like to clarify that last two rows. So I think we've communicated, and you're going to communicate, Trang, I think, for the release users group. So that trade date 825, that's just the start of what we will compute. But if you're looking for what's the equivalent cutover date with the production 1/1/2021, it's actually 8/24/2020. So if you need to do something different to capture the timeline difference from this year to the next, the equivalent of 1/1/2021 is 8/24. We will not calculate on trade date 8/24, but we will calculate the next day, which is 8/25. Yeah, we'll provide that information in the release users group and also in the CellMS users group. Thank you.
Thank you, Mel, for this new information. I will update my slide. Thank you. Any more questions on this slide? Okay, moving on. As you know, our registration for structured scenario, you could send the request at marketsim@kaiser.com. The date of registration was July 3rd, but we'll do our best effort to accommodate for any late registration. These are the details about all the projects we have for automated dispatch system replacement. Timeline is 27th to September 4th, structured testing on August 11th, Dispatch operating target clarification. That is structure testing on August 12th. Energy imbalance market enhancements 2020. Structured scenarios August 19th. Energy storage and distributed energy resources phase 3. Structured testing August 18th. Work order 41 requested adjustment structured testing August 12th. Ramping product refinements August 19th. Chemical cost and default energy bid enhancements timeline is 27th to September 4th. We don't have structured scenario for this project, but you're welcome to do unstructured testing for this project. Market settlement timeline transformation, timeline 27th to September 18th, and structured scenario will be performed on August 24th as per the new information from Mel. For excess behind the meter production.
Mel here. I don't think you got what I said.
Mel.
The trade date doesn't change for the calculation. It's still 8/25. It's the cutoff that's different. It's 8/24 is the cutoff, but we will not calculate 8/24. Still, the structure is promised in the market sim plan. Still trade date 8/25.
Perfect. So trade date is still August 25th, but we'll perform it on the cutover will be performed on August 24th. And that information is same for market settlements, timeline transformation, and excess behind the meter production. These are all the steps for fall 2020 release. These were also mentioned in the last webinar. All right. All these documents are also uploaded on fall release website, on the release planning website, and these videos will also be uploaded over there soon, so that those are available for links that you want to access. Now I would open up for any more questions for the whole release if you have any.
Hi, Ashman. This is Chinyu again. Thanks for all the information. You say the presentation is going to be under for 2020 release folder, or is it under different folder?
It's under fall 2020, but it will be under communication folders. I think it's the first folder.
Okay, I don't see communication folder.
Let me see if I can share it for you. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. It's under Fall 2020 Release Market Simulation Communication presentation for last time, for July 2020, and I will be uploading today's presentation too.
Great, thank you.
Any more questions?
This is Isaac from SE. Hi, just kind of following up on conversation last week. Will you be providing more guidance on how each of the structure scenario days will be carried out? How are you going to be coordinating with the participants?
We will be setting up the scenarios as mentioned on the market sim document, and then all the market participants should be able to go and verify the results on OSIS and CMRI. We don't plan to open any open call for everyone to join in so that we can perform these market sim scenarios. But if you have any questions, we more than welcome you to submit CD tickets or call us, and we will be able to resolve any issues that you have.
Okay, just for personnel planning, we would kind of like to know if you're going to coordinate with each scheduling coordinator on the time that they're going to be receiving dispatches for their resources, and also for which scenario you will be testing.
So if we set up the scenario, generally it's all day, so you could just go at any time and see that dispatch and verify your results. But if we're setting up scenario for some particular time, we will let you know ahead of the time. We'll cover in this call.
Okay, fine. And the second question I have is there a day that the CAISO will be using for like Groundhog Day or for permission? My understanding is that that's the day that the CAISO will basically be making the bids for going forward from that day onward. So we're just trying to figure out what date the CAISO is planning to use as a Groundhog Day.
Thank you for your question. We haven't decided on the Groundhog Day as of now. That decision is going to be made soon, and I would probably let you know by the next meeting that we have on this coming Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, this is Clarissa Chan, SE.
Hello.
Hi. I have a question. So if you guys haven't figured out which day you guys are going to feed the bids, I noticed that according to the settlement timeline, you guys will be publishing statements for today's trade date and tomorrow's trade date. Are you no longer going to be doing that anymore? Or sorry, not tomorrow's trade date. Tuesday and Wednesday?
So, thank you for your question. So basically, we're going to repeat the bids. Let's say we decide on a trade date for Groundhog Day. Those dates, bids, and forecast, and all the attributes for the market will be repeated on each day. But the settlements that will be published, that will be for the trading day that you're investing. The data for that settlements would be from the Groundhog Day.
Okay, I understand, but the flow date for the settlements is starting tomorrow. So shouldn't you guys already know which day you guys are going to feed the bids for? Because the market runs tomorrow, right? Or are you guys going to update the settlements calendar?
Yes, but we are not starting the structured scenario till 10th of August. Go ahead, Trang.
Yeah, so, and then just a clarification too on that, Clarissa, and I don't think this will address your full question, but an insight for everyone on the market sim settlement calendar. So similar to previous market simulations, what will happen is during the connectivity period, we will settle trade dates, but we haven't officially started the formal market sim. So the caveat is, though, although you'll see settlement statements for these trade dates this week and next week when MRIS is open, those are for internal readiness testing. And so our code and the projects and end-to-end hasn't been certified yet. We're in the process of doing that in parallel with the connectivity period. So you may see statements and there will be data in those statements, but we're asking that you don't, we haven't certified the quality of that data yet, so those aren't market sim ready for you. So by the time we do the structured scenarios, those settlement trade dates are the ones that you should really be reviewing the data against whatever Groundhog Day and inputs that we have. But for the next 2 weeks, those 4 settlement trade dates, those are for connectivity only and for our internal preparation. So I hope that kind of distinguishes the fact that, so I guess what I'm saying is when you review the data and if there are some, some issues with it as far as not, matching the inputs and things like that, just be aware that those aren't market sim quality statements yet. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Trang. Any more questions?
So, Anshuman, so I don't know, you're on week 5. I think this is the one I was describing earlier. I think Trang prepared this. This is exactly what I was referring to earlier. The week 5 in blue.
Right. Thank you. So
there's nothing for you to change. I think what you have, information you have is correct. But this clarifies the cutover. They're looking for the equivalent of the production trade date 1/1/21.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more questions? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. Our next call will be on Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.